All right, here we go. Wednesday night, back in the saddle, Stray Cast Outdoor Cartoon Television, the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. And I'm your host, Pat Renwick. Welcome back, Wednesday. Welcome back, Wednesday. Boom. Shooter McGavin.
Welcome to the watch party, everybody.
Welcome to the watch party weekend. That's how we bass fish and talk show. Kapow. Yeah. Right there. Right there. Getting right to the shenanigans. Right away. Let's get to it.
Don't spare us the shenanigans.
We're not sparing you the shenanigans whatsoever. We are proud to present to you Cox on Tours. Cox on Tours for the first time ever. John Cox, brought to you by Crestliner Boats.
Live up close and on tour.
Live up close and unpersonal. Yeah, he's going to be giving us an update throughout the year, Cox on Tour 2020. So we're pretty stoked. The only two-tour guy, to my knowledge. Isn't that right? Only two-tour.
Only one I know of, yeah.
Only two-tour guy.
Of recent history, yes.
To my right now.
Yes.
I'm talking about Ahora.
Current.
Ahora, as they would say.
Gotcha.
And Cubana. And also on the show tonight, the stylings of Dangerous Dave Mercer. Need we say much more? Dave. I'm excited. Dave is mysterious.
Yeah.
There's a mystery about Mysterio Dave. You know what I mean? Whoa.
Yeah, like,
Why I keep hitting this has got to go with my hand talking.
Like, why is he a Chiefs fan?
There's lots of mysterious.
One of the mysteries.
There's a lot of mysterious things about Dave that we'll learn tonight. Dave Mercer coming on the show tonight. You know who always comes on the show? And I'd like to thank him for coming on the show. Two guys.
That Bob Marley poster?
That Bob Marley poster right
He's
over
always
there.
here.
And that South African painting.
That's right.
I'd like to thank both of those right there. But I like to, and Andy, I'm gonna mix it up here a little bit. And first off, the drummer in the band, right here. Give it up for the drummer in the band, Ryan Popcorn Whitaker.
Yo.
Sits to my right. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Pat.
He's a skateboarder and he's a drummer. That guy.
How you feeling this evening?
I feel amazing.
You look good.
Wednesday. Thank you. I feel great. Yeah,
It's good.
I feel amazing, and I got a brand new TH Marine black camo hoodie available right now at thmarinesupplies.com.
Don't
the
take
other
it
guy
off.
that I was talking about is JP High, the hip hop fisherman. It's his birthday, but it's not really a birthday. It's JP High, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt JP High. There he is.
He's got a new hat.
There he is. Sorry to mess you guys up. Yeah. You want to battle Yaz?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That was like the baby gator. No. JP High. And Ryan Whitaker.
Yes, sir.
The dynamic duo and the priority proprietors
Uh-huh.
of the Tightrope Jig Company.
Tight rope?
The Tightrope Jig Company. The Tightrope Jig Company. That's you two.
Yes, sir.
And there's some big things happening in the world of tightrope. Huge things.
There are things that coming.
There's a big train a coming, like Bob Dylan once said. A little collaboration project.
Yeah, let's just say you might not have to wait 3 months to get one anymore.
Yeah, especially when it's from a company like Catch Cold Mystery Tackle Box, all that good stuff.
Yeah, if it were from them, it would be a great thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good. I don't care. I'm spilling the news.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happening.
I don't give a shit.
I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it.
I am.
I didn't know
say
that
it.
was happening.
Sorry. Got censored.
Oh, yeah, by the way, JP, we're doing that.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Example of the little fish swimming big. Right there. Big things happening for the tightrope. And I'm being vague. See how I'm doing it? I'm not
That's
really
vague.
saying directly that
I don't
your
even know what
jig
you
is
said.
going to be in 600,000 mystery tackle boxes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm just saying.
You can just say it.
Speaking of just saying, congratulations, by the way,
Thank you.
guys. That's good
Thank you.
stuff. And it's,
Thank you.
you heard it here on Straight Cat. You think I was going to let somebody else break that news? You guys kidding me? It's happening on my show, knuckleheads. Speaking of knuckleheads, the one and only, sick as a dog, what's your story? Danny?
Yep.
It's Danny Mohan. He's a college guy. He does college stuff.
Bingo. We actually just filmed a new College Cuts. It'll get released soon.
You
maybe
sound
by then.
horrible.
Sound good, Danny.
Dude, I've been better, but we're hanging in there.
Hey, when we're done with the show, do me a favor. Throw that microphone out onto the street.
Yeah, Danny, why don't you go shovel? It is snowing horribly here.
I'd probably pass out.
Yeah, we do need shoveling. The Renwick household needs shoveling.
It does.
Let's go a shoveling. I mixed it all up
Every
tonight.
day I'm
Hey,
shuffling.
there's another cat you may know in this band of Fish and Gypsies. You know him as a punk rock producer. We know that. He's also the king of the household over at the Ellenberger household.
New boots and contracts.
Oh, Queen Megan over there, and the princesses Gwendolina and Serafina. You know he's a punk rock producer. We all know that, but you did not know that Andy was once in that hockey movie. What's that hockey movie with the twins?
Slapshot?
Slapshot with the Hanson brothers.
That's right.
Andy is a punk rock producer hockey guy. Give it up for Andrew Ellenberger, the Ginger Freaking Ninja. Ka-chong! Yeah. Wow. He's a hockey guy.
He was the only one to ever get a double instigating penalty.
Yes. Don't double instigate, you'll go blind. Remember that. Remember that, Andrew. Just like JP did with the mystery tackle box. That's right. All right, so, hey, I want to tell you right now a couple things we got to get out of the way. I know I'm getting the time signal, but I got to get this done. I got everything written down so I don't forget stuff now. 2020, I will not forget stuff, and I will talk more. I promise. Here we go. My words to you. My words to you. Hey, Berkeley has a whole new line of hard baits out. If you haven't had a chance to fish them, they're amazing. The war pigs, the fritz sides, the square bulls, the dredge, the digger, the top waters, El Chavo. Yeah. All kinds of good. Well, old Brad Rutherford from Berkeley in Abu is giving you guys the opportunity to win $50 worth of Berkeley hard baits tonight.
Awesome.
Kapoom kapow.
Awesome.
Super easy. Easy come, easy go. All you have to do is like and share this live Facebook feed. Like and share the live Facebook feed. And JP Hizzle is going to put it in a randomizer at the end, and we'll pick your name, and you can pick your prize and pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's prize. But JP can, and then Berkeley will send you the good.
Yeah, and all you got to do is like and share the live feed.
All you got to do is like and share the live feed and take it off a private.
If you just
Boom.
like and share the live feed.
That's it. Hey, I have to do a public service announcement. Do we have public service announcement music, Andrew? Like something public service. I have to speak to you, Bass Galaxy. This is very important. It is sports show season, and I need to remind you, please wash those stinky tournament jerseys.
Yes.
For crying out loud, you can't walk through the crowds with those damn stinky jerseys. You dirty animals. Hey, by the way, another thing I want to tell you. Is wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. Andy, give me more music. I'm losing the effect. Give me more music. No, more. I'm getting into my deal. Okay. Yes. Don't come up to me at a sports show and want to shake my hand and you just took a pee and didn't wash your hands. Don't do it. Thank you. If you want to be a bass pro, this is how you do it. Everybody wants to be a bass pro, right?
How do you do it?
It's more than 10% off. It's
Slightly,
more than 10% off being a bass pro.
12 and a half.
No, damn, it's 30% off. That's what it is. You become a Carl's Club member, get 30% off. ShopCarls.com. It's a new place to buy bass and tackle. Join Carl's Club and get up to 30% on what, Andy?
Everything.
Everything,
Everything.
and most everything.
Mostly.
Everything.
And free shipping.
And most. Now, do you see what I was doing, producer? Don't hurry me
I'll
when I'm
hurry
doing
you.
my thing.
I'll do what I want.
See what I'm saying?
That's less than $5
And
a month
how?
as well.
It's only
With that,
$49.99 a year.
where are we at
That
as
is
far?
correct.
Kaboom. And you save up to 30%
Yeah.
on most products.
Pretty much everything. Yeah.
Let it rip.
Carl's Club member. It's where we shop now. Hey, hop in my Crestliner. I'm going to put the power poles down for a minute and chill. I hope you do too. We're coming back with smiling John Cox and a champion. The all-new XF series by Crestliner. Simplistic perfection with performance features built on a platform for success. The amazingly affordable XF Series by Crestliner. A brand new way to reel in bass. For more information and to find your local dealer, visit Crestliner.com today. The Crestliner Real Deal Sales Event. The best time to buy is now at Crestliner.com. Save up to $3,000 today.
This is Carl. He's been obsessed with fishing since he was a widow tadpole. People have always said he has a unique style, that he skips to the speed of his own cast, so to speak. So, when he started his own tackle shop, he did it his way. With exciting new products every month and great deals on fishing essentials. But the best part? He started a club with amazing member benefits. Go say hi to Carl at shopcarls.com.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydrowave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
Step up your game. It has been said that professionals are only as good as the tools they work with, and Alpha Angler has developed the ultimate set of tools for you, the competitive angler. Alpha Angler custom rods, brought to fruition by the passion of master craftsman Jake Boomer and 2017 BASS Angler of the Year Brandon Palaniuk. Alpha Angler rods are custom made in the USA. Designed and engineered to be perfect, Alpha Angler utilizes a very unconventional approach to making the very best bass rods, from drop shotting to flipping. Alpha Angler's focus is on building perfectly balanced tournament-grade bass rods at an affordable price. Join the Alphalution today and purchase direct at alphaangler.com. Step up your game. alphaangler.com.
Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff.
All right. Here we go. It's time for the first ever edition of Smiling Johnny Cox on Tours. Tours! Not just one tour, but it's two tour Smiling John Cox. For the 97th time on Straight Cast Outdoor Cartoon Television, give it up for the champion, John Cox. Yeah. There it is. What's up, Johnny?
Oh. Hey, man, not much. Just trying to debate what rod to start rigging up.
It seems like you were just on 3 episodes ago.
I know, isn't that crazy?
And you had to go and win a derb, you didn't you?
I know. It was an incredible week. I mean, if you get everybody that watched it, I mean, you can tell I was on absolutely nothing. I was just running and
dude.
I don't know.
Amazing. But let me go back. I mean, you got 1 out of 17 out of the way, so you're doing well. You're you're doing really well. Yeah. But let me go. Last time you were on the show, you were a newlywed, so you're about so it's about a month ago. So how's the married life going?
It's going good.
Okay.
It's going good. She packed me a lunch when I went fishing the other day, which is pretty nice.
Well, I think that you have a very supportive wife, and I think that's very important that Melissa supports this menage a trois bass fishing lifestyle that you have.
Right.
2 tours. That's a lot of fishing.
Oh, I know. It's a lot. I mean, she's got the kids a lot, and boy, you can,
Man.
we're
Two
gonna
tours,
put
one wife.
We're going to put the relationship to the test this year.
But we got to look at it this way. You've cashed 2 $100,000 checks in the past 8 months from FLW. So
Right.
Yeah, right. Come on, let's give it up for John Cox right there.
Man.
Strong argument.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know where that money went. It's already gone.
No, it's not.
I swear it is.
You
It's
got
always
it buried. It's just don't bury it too close to the pond because that ground gets soft and things shift.
Right.
Shifts in the moss.
Right.
Pretty soon you're going to find yourself with like 3, 4 TVs that you don't hook up.
Right.
But, dude, congratulations on the first
Thanks,
FLW event of the year, and you nailed it, man. I mean,
Man, I can't believe it. I'm still shocked. I mean, you always look at that tournament and you're like, man, whoever wins that, I mean, their season start. It's just such a good way to start the season off. It's like, and boy, it felt great. I mean, it's honestly probably the best win I've had.
Yeah, you said that.
Without a doubt.
I want to ask you that. That's a strong statement, man. One of the best wins I've ever had. You've won Forest Wood Cups, dude.
Right.
I mean,
and like the cup, it was awesome catching them on frog and stuff, and then the chick wins, catching big fish. It was so much fun. But this one, not the way practice went, and just not having anything, and catching them on that crankbait. That's what was. It was something special. It was like every time I got bite, it was like it was like when you're a kid and you tried out a new lure or something and you caught a fish on it. It was pretty amazing.
Andy, get the censor button ready, please. Are you ready with me? Because this is the text that I sent John Cox after his victory. All right, and it says, and watch me. And I said, it says, yes, just yes. Now everybody is because you know how to throw a crankbait. That's what I said. So,
oh my God.
I mean, it's the truth. Like, you never really cranked. Okay, so it contributed to, I think, a win. One of your wins or major finishes last year, right? But maybe not. I don't know.
No, I lost the tournament. I lost by 2 pounds because I didn't throw it day 3.
Okay.
I pulled it out day 4 and caught them on it. Oh my gosh.
The old lesson learned, but
yeah.
I mean, now you're learning to throw a crankbait. I mean, not learning. I don't mean to say it like that, but you just don't crank. And historically, guys that win derbs win them a lot of times on crankbaits.
Right.
Let's just be flat out honest.
Yeah. We watched Van Dam do it for
exactly.
a long time.
And look at Fighter on what he did on St. Clair, and I mean countless wins.
Kevin won a couple with one.
Ricky Clun, that's what he said.
Right.
He said it. Ricky Clun as well. I mean, got so many classics won on a crankbait, and now here comes John Cox, the cranker. The cranker.
Yeah, right.
What's up with that, dude?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever catch a fish again on a crankbait, but I'm sure gonna try. I'm actually rigging it up for this tournament. I got a feeling. I'm like, man, it might. I have a couple spots it might work here on the river. So.
And you stole those from Reddington, right?
Yeah, I got every one he had. He left me every one. So I was like, man, you ain't getting these back. I saw they were like sold out till like May or something at Tech Warehouse.
They gone. They gone.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Like, so you chose to throw a new crankbait, pretty much new to the market, that Fritz side, which is just historically a flat side crankbait, John. I'm going to talk to you about crankbaits a little. I'm going to give you a little crankbait education, John. So basically in cold water, what we do is we throw a tight wiggling flat side crankbait. And what the good folks at Berkeley have developed is what's called a Fritz side bait. David Fritz, a classic cranker. You may have heard of him, John.
Yeah.
You may have heard.
I just saw him at the meeting. I forgot to go up and talk to him and tell him thanks, but I just saw him at the meeting.
But no, here's what I'm getting at, man. You're throwing it on man tackle. Now those flat side crankbaits a lot of times are hard to throw, but here you're throwing it to your comfort zone. You were throwing it on a 7.5-foot cranking rod Like I think a Veritas cranking rod and 15-pound line. You know,
right.
A lot of people
Yeah.
can't.
Normally you could never throw that, especially into the wind. And what I noticed was, the way they weighted that thing. I mean, it throws like like a bull. I mean, it's like throwing a stone. It doesn't catch the wind or anything. It goes. I mean, it slings it out there really good.
I mean, it's amazing, and like you said, the weights that they have, it's scientifically designed. And I didn't mean to go off on a tangent about this Fritz site. I'm just that excited about it, honestly. I mean,
you like crankbaits or something?
I love crankbaits. Yeah, I'm so happy that John won a derb on a crankbait. It's so amazing. But here's the fact of the matter is this was really a junk fishing derb in essence, wasn't it?
Right. I mean, that first 2 days, it was all about throwing to that one spot. With the Fritz side, it was the first 2 days were just incredible. Like finding that late in the first day, not even a practice there, and just kind of stumble upon it. That was what got most of the weight. But boy, them last 2 days, I mean, one of the days, I think day 3, it was raining, and I was like, man, I'm not even gonna run up the lake. I'm gonna fish right here, and stay dry for a little bit. I mean, I had no idea where to go, so it was. It was crazy. and
you stumbled into a few things, apparently.
Yeah.
That's how it goes with you.
And to be honest, when I saw that you had won, I was following the tournament, and then the last day I was busy. I couldn't follow, and then when I checked to see that you had won. And I mean, no disrespect to any of the other competitors, but my reaction was, of course he did. Of course he won. Of course he won that.
Man,
Why not?
Luckily, the lake didn't show out like it could have. I mean, the lake could have really showed out. I think when we left, some of the guys went back, and I saw, pictures of 9, 10, 11 pounders that were being caught. So, I mean, it just was a really tough week.
And what did you win by? What was the margin that you won by?
Maybe like a pound. Maybe
and I mean, it wasn't much. And it
wasn't much at all.
And didn't you catch a last minute rando fish that that saved the day pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. I had that last one in the live well I caught on frog, and I was coming back and I stopped on a tree and I called it out. I mean, it was like it might not even have been a keeper, and I chunked him out and. It was a really good up. It was probably a 2-pound upgrade.
I mean, exactly. That last minute stop. It's just when things like that happen, it's because I believe it's because historically anglers get dialed in and they might not even know that they're dialed in.
Right.
All this time that you're spending, John, on the water, I think just contributes to your added success. Fishing 2 tours, committing to 17 tournaments. You're laughing at it.
Well, I know. I mean, after day 2, I was like, how am I going to make it through the season? I was so tired.
I mean, boom. Now you're at Rick Clun's Lake now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you go, and then right away to Chick.
Right.
After that, and then where you go back to Florida. With FLW.
Straight back to Harris Chain.
Right. I mean, it's like boing, boing, boom.
Yeah.
No
and then
rest
3 days off and head to the Classic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. But here's the thing, man. Let's think about the greatness of 2 tour anglers historically. Look how amazing Kevin Van Dam did. Look how amazing Broward did. Hackney. Thank you, Andrew.
Yes.
Hackney.
Right.
I mean, it's the motivation. Let's talk about another guy that not a lot of people talk about. 2013, Jason Christie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back-to-back events. Boom, Bassmaster. Boom, FLW. Okay.
Right.
In fact, I just had a conversation with Jason a couple weekends ago, and he's like, yeah, everybody thinks I'm just fishing opens just because I'm jumping ship. Blah blah. He's like, no, man, I want to fish everything I can because it makes me good.
Right.
Good.
It's impossible to go out there and practice and just and try to put yourself in that tournament mode. There's something special about when you're in a tournament, just what goes on in your head and just, there's no way to practice tournament fishing except fishing tournaments.
Yeah, the speed is so much faster. I mean, it's like baseball. It's like batting practice versus game speed. It's your head. I gotta imagine your head is just flying on tournament day.
Right, you're always thinking ahead. You're gonna try something, but you're already thinking what your next move is when that's not going to work. You know,
Right.
you have to almost like at Rayburn, I felt like every move I was going to make wasn't going to work. So I was brainstorming for the next stop. You know, it was
That's
you know,
taxing, exhausting.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. You know, and even that last day, like it was like 12 o'clock. You know, I had to be in at like 3, and to decide to run, you know, another 20 minutes through all the timber, you know, way up the lake where you know I don't know where I'm going or any boat lanes. You know, you know, part of me was saying, oh, just go back
And you had the Bass Hawk, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I just trimmed it up and went, you know, and then it was you know, it was so good when I got there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I almost got lazy because I was tired of stopping and not catching anything, you know, and it was unreal.
Dude, let's think about this together, okay? You, the Stray Cast crew, and the entire
Right.
bass fishing galaxy. Tomorrow is your first official day as a Bassmaster Elite Series angler.
I know,
Wow.
isn't that crazy?
Dude, that's a big deal, man.
It's crazy. I put that sticker on my windshield today, and I was just thinking, I'm like, wow, you know, it's unreal. I don't even know if I'm gonna realize it until I, you know, hopefully weigh in some fish tomorrow.
Yeah, and you get to spend some time with our next guest, Dave Mercer's coming on.
Yep.
Yeah,
I love Dave. He's a good dude. He's so funny, man.
Yeah. You guys will both do a lot of smiling together, I have a feeling, on stage.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
dude, a Bassmaster Elite Series angler. Now, I mean, you've kicked ass for years in FLW, and it's just been a force to be reckoned with, obviously, there, man. But like, you got to. I have to just assume that this is something that you know, when you, John Cox, and Spencer Doolittle were walking the bank, that you just must have been like, old Spence, someday I'm gonna be a Bassmaster Elite Series angler. You didn't sound like that, but
No, but I never thought that. You know, I mean, that was like a dream, but it was just like, oh gosh, you know, please let me get a good job so I can make some money.
Handyman
Move out my
stuff.
parents'
And
house.
back then, it would have been one day I'm going to fish the top 150.
yeah, we're gonna be top
Yeah,
150.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
The Sitco top 150s.
Yes.
He would have been.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, congratulations, John Cox, man.
man.
Wow.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
We're so stoked that we get to have you all year. Compliments of Crestliner too, as little updates. You know.
Oh, awesome.
So we're gonna need you tomorrow, Friday,
Yeah.
next Monday, the Monday after that, 3:30 on Tuesday the 31st, and then a couple other apperances.
At 6:30 on that Tuesday
Yes,
as well.
on that way. Yes, and
Yeah.
then we'll
Yeah.
get the lunch plans. We'll just order in that day. Everything's fine.
Right.
But
Okay. Sounds good.
Just set alarms on your phone. It'll be fine.
So
Right.
I got to ask you how you. But before we go, I mean, how's it going? How you feeling about tomorrow? What's going on out there?
You know, the river's kind of rough right now. I mean, it's kind of dropping slow. We got a lot of wind tomorrow. It was really bad south wind at like 25. But it's going to be warm, you know. So I mean, there's always hope, you know, that some fish will start to move. And I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of in the same spot I was at Rayburn. Not almost, you know, going to just go practice tomorrow.
You're a knucklehead. Who's that? Who are you? Who you chumming up with? Who you making any buddies on the elites?
No, yeah. I mean,
They're scared of you.
I know, I know most of them guys, you know, from before and stuff. So I mean, I'm kind of friends with all of them.
Do you
but
see them kind of
I'm
like
just-
mumbling under their breath? Or like,
No,
"Shit, damn it,
everybody's
John
pretty
Cox.
Hiding their baits.
Damn it."
They maybe when I walk away, I don't know.
They're looking all in your boat, going in your rod locker and stuff. What's he doing?
Yeah,
What's he doing? Why does he have 2 nails in that wacky rig?
yeah.
That's on the Bass University course, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Shameless plug
All
right
the
there.
secrets on
Yeah,
there.
sorry
Yeah.
about that. Sorry about that. But
Why
John,
there's 3 knots on this crankbait.
yeah, exactly. Hey, dude, congratulations that you are now received your degree in Krankensteining now. That's amazing.
Thank you.
You're a doctor.
Yes, you are a doctor.
Right.
Congratulations on your first victory of the year. And you have 16 tournaments left to probably do okay in. You probably do okay in more than 1 or 2. I don't know.
I hope so. The goal is just to get a check in every one.
Yeah, and
Try
that's,
to make it to the final day.
and you're just gonna be a fishing monster, and then maybe just win everything and retire, never fish again. Just fish in your backyard. Take
Yeah,
Melissa and the
I'm
kids out. Start a YouTube channel, fishing show. Just get real fat. You know what I mean? Diamond gusset jeans for you, rest of your life.
Right.
There it is. John Cox, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, dude, and all you do for this crazy show.
Hey, man, anytime, guys, anytime.
Good luck tomorrow, man.
Thank you, John.
Be
Good
careful.
luck,
Man.
man.
That's John Cox.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Hey, do you want us to tell Mercer anything?
Just tell him don't go too hard on me if I only have a couple tomorrow.
Thanks, Johnny. Take
All
it
right,
easy.
see you guys.
That's John Cox right there.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, that's always fun, right? A little update from John. A little short, sweet update. See what's going on.
Love it.
Life of Cox on tour.
I like this segment.
Heck yeah, that's gonna be fun, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just keep the momentum going. Put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. We are coming back with Dangerous Diamond Dave Mercer. Pa-poom, pa-pow, ka-ping, ka-pang.
As a professional angler, I rely on my equipment to be successful on the water, and my eyewear is no exception. Oh, yep, good one. 6-pounder, 7-pounder. From daylight till dark, every single day of my life, in the truck, on the water. My Amphibia eye gear provide 100% polarized protection. They're ANSI safety rated for impact, and best of all, they float.
Bite me! It's a command to the fish. Quality jig heads with quality components. With tried and true tackle like the Big Dude Goby head, the Hunter or Jacob head, or all new tackle like the Jackpot Net head or Buster swim bait head. Bite me! It's a command to the fish. Get the let out and visit BiteMeTackle.com today.
Hey guys, Micah Frazier here. I've got a bait from War Eagle Baits called the Buzz Toad. Big thing lately has been putting a toad style bait on a buzz bait, and preferably it's my favorite way to fish one. This bait here's got a quick planing head, a great hook, and it squeals right out of the package. The body of this bait is big and bulky, so it allows you to skip it. It planes quicker than a skirted bait would. In my opinion, it's just the way to fish a buzz bait. So y'all check this thing out. It's pretty awesome.
The swim jig technique is one of the most successful ways to put fish in the boat. Time in and time out, Brovani Baits swim jigs are just the right tool for the job. Beaming with quality, the Brovani swim jigs come in a myriad of colors, feature the best premium hooks and solid trailer keepers to give you, the serious bass angler, the confidence you need to accomplish your goal of putting more fish in the boat. So go to BrovaniBaits.com and start climbing the ladder to swim jig success.
Is everybody ready?
Dave!
Nice!
Ladies and gentlemen, you know him. He's an author. He's a TV star. He's a MC. He's Bass's most fantastic frontman. He's called the Bill Dance of Canada. I just call him Pal, old buddy of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, making his junior appearance on the Stray Cast glorified version of a bass fishing talk show, outdoor cartoon television show, it's Dangerous Diamond David Mercer. Yes. Yes.
How about them feet?
I see you. I see you.
Stop it.
I see you. And accolades to you, Mr. Mercer.
Yes, congrats.
Give me an internet high five. Are you seeing me? Boom.
Yeah!
Yeah, internet high five. I want to wish you happy anniversary to you and your beautiful wife, and happy victorious Super Bowl day for your Kansas City Chiefs, and just happy kicking ass in life day to you.
And hey, you're welcome from a Bears fan. You're welcome for Patty Mahomes. We could have had him.
Oh.
But you got him.
I totally could have had him. Could have had some other guys too.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Stravinsky, he's a fourth-year stud, I guess.
Yeah, okay, whatever. That's a whole.
He's
yeah.
coming.
I don't want to talk about the
JP's
Bears
getting
at all.
angry
This is
over
about
it.
you, Dave. This is about you,
Yeah.
Dave. Congratulations, Bass Galaxy. Give it up for Dave Mercer for kicking ass at life right now. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing, Dave. And we love it. We love it. So
That is not what anybody in my family says I'm doing, but I appreciate it. As long as I'm kicking ass in the Stray Casts here.
You
then
are.
that's all
This
that really
the
matters.
only world that matters is our world, and you're doing phenomenal in it, Dave. So
As you can tell, I mean, hanging in the Hampton, no big deal.
Like Jim Morrison, aren't you? I like it. Look at that.
Cops with freaking mustaches, dude.
That's freaking awesome.
It's good.
It's no big deal. It doesn't even affect me anymore. I'm so used to it.
Freaking fighter fans everywhere. It's ridiculous. That's nuts, man. But seriously, thinking about like Dave Mercer, in retrospect, going back, you know, I mean, and lots of cool things come from Canada. Cool things to me, like, dude, like Neil Young was very important to me. For real, I loved Neil.
Yes,
I love Neil Young's music.
And you're a big Bryan Adams fan.
Yeah, but you like the bridge in that one song of Bryan Adams.
Rush.
Dude,
Rush.
thank you very much. And of course, you know, just lost a great one there.
Neil Peart.
Neil Peart, yes sir. But I mean, great things from Canada, dude. Like Pam Anderson, those boobies. Come on, dude. That's like important stuff to us Americans, right?
It's important stuff to everybody, no matter what country you're from, guys. That is important stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that Dead Mouse, that DJ guy, Dead Mouse Head, he's from there. He's a Canadian. Yeah, I mean,
Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald.
My favorite.
Doug and Bob. You got good weed. You got good beer. And you got Dave Mercer. Dave Mercer. Dude, you've blessed us Americans. You really have. I mean, I'm kissing your ass, but not kissing your ass. All right, you really have.
This is the weirdest show ever. I mean, you may
it.
have just had the most lethal angler on the planet of Earth, right? In the universe.
Yeah.
John Cox is literally that
amazing.
Lethal.
And then you backed it up with me.
No,
One of these
you're our
things is
feature.
Not like
You
the
are
other
our
one. One of these things is not the same.
The square peg, round hole, bing, pong, boom. No, but I dude, but seriously, you're our featured guest. To us, and to, believe it or not, Dave Mercer, a lot of people in the bass fishing galaxy, you are an important dude. You're an important part of bass fishing. And I hope you know that. I mean that since... Good laughing at me. I mean, don't give me crazy eyes. I got crazy eyes, too. Don't crazy eye me, Dave Mercer.
I'm sorry. I'm just listening. I mean, this show's good for my broken ego, but it's very good. I appreciate it.
No,
thank you.
No, and
whatever it is.
We mean this sincerely. We really do, because there's so much bullshit in bass fishing, okay, that we see as fans, and I'm talking about fans of the sport that we see, okay? It might not necessarily be factual, but fans see things. All right? And it's nice to have breaths of fresh air as yourself. And I mean that. I mean, that's a big deal to us, man. Because it breaks some of that seriousness that people surround themselves with. You know what I mean?
People are way too serious, really, when you think about it. Like, I say this all the time. You know, like when I was a little kid going to school and wanting to fish for a living, I never imagined people would. I mean, you'd think a group of people that fish for a living would be really happy, right?
Yeah.
Well,
come on.
Doesn't seem like it in the last 12 months, but
shut up, crybabies.
Each their own.
The winners are always happy, right?
Yeah. I mean, some people are making out, some people are not, but there seems to be confusion amongst fans. And there does. I mean, as far as choosing sides and torn between two lovers and everything else, it's and the fans see it. But what I'm getting back to is thank you for keeping it level from for a fan's perspective. Okay.
You're welcome.
Good. I mean, how else can you answer that? I mean,
I don't know what to say.
No.
That.
I mean, that's basically it, man. But there was did you see Mercer's crazy eyes? You ever see do you know you have crazy eyes? Like, so I have them too. Like, thank you. Like, I'll take a picture. I'll see a picture of me on the internet or whatever, and I look crazy like that guy from. What's for Billy Madison or Sandler's
Steve
buddy?
Buscemi?
Sandler's buddy. Zona's got crazy. Fighter's got crazy eyes. Like people, you know what I mean? It's like, is that the passion? Is that the passion in bass fishing? The crazy.
They're just my eyes, really. I don't know if crazy eyes is the connection, but I would say that the one thing that group of people you mentioned, Zona, Fighter, and
Iconelli,
honestly, it put anybody's name in there, of these guys. I mean, everybody that does this because they love it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the weirdest thing that I see sometimes. And let's be honest, over the last 12 months, it might have raised where people just, I mean, let's make it better. Let's make it bigger. I'm all for that. I want people to make more money. But let's remember, when I was a little kid, I just wanted to fish for a living.
Yes.
And I will say this, no matter who it is in the Elite Series or who it is over at MLF or FLW, or it doesn't matter, that was all of our dreams. I remember thinking, man, if I could just make, $30 grand a year, if I could make $30 grand a year, that seems like a good job. And I'm almost there. I mean, a couple more years and I'll get there. But it really amazes me. There's stuff happening with the phone here.
There we go.
Hey.
I never forget that. I honestly, at the Elite meeting tonight, I talked about that. And I said, guys, when you really stop to think about what happens in Elite Series weigh-in, thousands of people come to see you guys hold a fish. I mean, when you really stop to think about it, man, how lucky are we all? I mean, I'm going to yell stupid stuff while people hold up fish, and that's what I do for a living. I mean, pretty good.
Doing it well. You know what, Dave? Pardon me for being naive, but I never really thought about the fact that there's never been probably anyone ever that said, I want to fish because I can make money. No one's ever said that, right?
Maybe a couple guys. No.
You think there's anyone? I mean, you would know better than anyone.
I will tell you this, outside of money, if you look through the fishing industry, and there's been some incredible success stories over the years through TV, through tournaments, no matter what it is. But if you look at, the true people, like people that I look at and I'm like, man, Al Linder, that was one of my idols growing up.
Crazy.
In Canada, obviously Bob Azumi, guys like that. But I look at an Al Linder and guys like that, and Bob Azumi, in the Canadian end, or Roland Martin, Scott Martin. It doesn't matter who your particular favorite is.
But
every single one of them loves fishing. There's no way you can do this gig if you don't love it, and that's really what sets them aside. I mean, you see Al Linder. I mean, he's hosted a fishing show forever.
Dude, it's crazy.
Anytime I've ever seen him, I mean, all he wants to do is go fishing
and talk about fishing. It's us. It's like we all us bass fishermen or fishermen in general. It's like we all have one of those little microchips, like you put in the pets' heads so you can find them if they get lost or wherever you put them, whatever. It's like we all have that. That's the passion. That's the control.
Yeah, Al sold the fisherman for enough to retire on, and then 2 years later said, "Nah, I want to make more TV.
Yeah, let's go make more TV.
Let's go make more TV."
He's amazing, and I think really when you look at, I mean, there's guys like that on the Elite, like Rick Clunn. I mean, really, the dude
Crazy
who
eyes.
has won the last 2 times we've been here. Let's just really think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, he is 73 years old.
Dude.
And competing at the top level of a sport, it's amazing. I mean,
Physically
I'm honestly
and
amazed
mentally.
that more media companies didn't pick that up. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody in any other sport that is competing at the level that he is at his age. And I'll tell you a real quick, funny story, guys. Last year, Rick Clunn, he won on the St. John's River again, and we had back-to-back tournaments like we have here this week.
Sure.
So we went from St. John's to Lake Lanier, where we're going to go this year, from St. John's to Chickamauga. So we go to Lake Lanier, and in between events, I'm lucky enough that I was able to fly home, see my kids, and Monday, I was dealing with some back problems all last year, and, my back's sore, and I'm, it was exhausting just yelling stupid crap on a microphone all weekend. I am just exhausted. But all I kept thinking about is Rick Clunn. I'm like, he drove 8 hours from here. After winning, after doing all the media, he left last. He was the last angler to leave, and he drove 8 hours to start pre-fishing. So I show up at the next event, and I'm like, I know my first question for Rick Clunn. And I never know my first question for anyone. I mean, I never think about it in advance, but I know it. So Rick Clunn gets on the stage, and I'm like, Rick Clunn, you just won the St. John's River again, unbelievable career. I said, but you are 72 years old. He was 72 at the time. And I'm like, all day, I'm thinking about Rick Clunn. I mean, how is he out there pre-fishing? And Rick Clunn looked at me like only Rick Clunn can, and he said, you want to know how a 72-year-old starts pre-fishing on Monday morning after driving 8 hours? And I said, that's exactly what I want to know, Rick. I started on Tuesday.
I thought he was going to say ginger root. Or something like that.
Yeah, go Rick Clunn. That's awesome. That's a Clunn story.
But it's such a Clunn. I mean, that's a dude who, I will say this, when everybody gets caught up in all the changes and all the craziness, there has been some blessings. I mean, some really cool things. And one of the coolest things that I got to see was Rick Clunn change. I mean, the whole time I was on the Elite Series, Rick was very much Rick, fishing for Rick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He had done his thing. He had ushered in new guys. You got Kevin, Skeet, all those guys here. They can welcome in the new guys, but Rick was kind of focused on competing for Rick. And last year, without anyone asking him, all of a sudden Rick Clunn changes. I see Rick Clunn with his arm around several different rookies. And to me, I'll tell you the two things that Rick Clunn's done in his lifetime that I've never, ever told anybody. But those are two things that I walked away and I was like, man, that dude gets it. I mean, the two things were, number one, on Falcon Lake, if you remember, him and Keith Combs ended up winning the event. And Rick Clunn we delayed it because of a dust storm, believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember.
But Rick Clunn, I went in that trailer with the top 12. They're all in there. Now, Rick Clunn's leading the event. He can go fish his fish. And let's be honest, as tournament anglers, a lot of decisions that people make when they're like, this is the right thing, this is the right thing, it's usually stuff that helps them. But I watched Rick,
right.
I'm being honest.
Yeah, for sure.
But I watched Rick Clunn, the only guy who could have fished that day, the only guy who probably had the best odds of catching him that day. He openly said in the trailer, he's like, this tournament should not run today. My odds of winning this tournament are a lot bigger if we fish today, but it's not the right call for the safety of all the anglers.
Wow.
And when I heard him say that, I was like, wow, that's cool. And then the next one was last year where all of a sudden, things have changed and Rick knows his place in the industry and he knows the weight that he carries with a lot of those anglers. And it was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
A guy who's accomplished so much really just realize, it's different now.
And it was a special year, too. It was a special year for bass in general last year.
Yeah, man.
We felt the love.
It was. Let's be honest. I mean,
we felt it.
If you didn't, I don't know. I'll be honest. This time last year, the night before St. John's River, I'll be honest, every one of us was thinking, man, it'd be cool to have a big fish fest. We need it. St. John's River, we want this big kickoff tournament. And day one happened, and we're like, whew, it's happening. Day 2 happened. Whew. Day 3 happened, and day 4. I mean, it just kept getting better and better. And then we get to day 4 when an event that's been dominated by, new pros. I think, well, who was there? Patrick
Walters
led on
was
day
up there.
2.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I believe Chris Johnson led on day 3.
Yep.
And I think it was Robbie Latuso who led on day 1. But then along comes, so you've got a term that's dominated by these young guys and, these hot shots. And along comes Sunday, and Menendez and Klun just put on a clinic.
It was awesome.
That, to me, is that's what made me fall in love with the sport.
That's the mystic.
Yeah,
that's the
about as special
mysticness
as it
of bass
gets
fishing.
right there. Yeah.
It is, dude. It is, man. Dude, you wear a lot of hats. Okay, let's face it. Not, you. Of course, you have your BASS hat. You have your there it is. Boom. You have your family man, Dave Mercer hat. You have your facts of fishing hat, and you have your day in the office hat. Okay, so I'd kind of like you to bring us through days in the life of Dave. Okay?
Okay.
This segment is called Days in the Life of Dave. So, what's a relaxing day to you, Dave Mercer? Just a do-nothing, F-off day. What is that?
Honestly, I will tell you, I know without a shadow of a doubt, off the top of my head, I know the best day I had all year.
Talk to me.
And it was Father's Day this year, and we never went out in the boat. Me, my wife, my 2 kids sat under a tree at the end of our lawn and fished bobbers and caught a bunch of fish. We caught maybe 100 panfish. I don't know. And it wasn't anything big, but it was that's what made me fall in love with the sport. You know what I mean? That moments like that.
And you shared it.
That's as good as it gets for me.
That's a relaxing Dave Mercer day. Love it. I love it. Let's talk about office Dave. So now you got to go into the office, home office. Let's say home office, and you wear both hats in there. You got a Facts of Fishing hat, and you got a BASS hat. I'm sure. So talk to us about office Dave. What's office Dave like?
Absent most of the time, to be honest.
You got a cool boss, huh?
No, I'm just not very good at it. It's not that my boss is cool. I get in trouble all the time, but I'm just not very good at work.
So what's a task? What's an office task for Dave Mercer? What's an office work for you? Like answering emails for me, I don't like typing. I'd rather talk to people. Like I hate the business part of emails, making my fingers do stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. Answering emails, I'm not real good at that. But office day, I mean, we do a lot of different things. I could be in the office editing the show one day. Not physically, but I do like a paper edit where I pass it off to the editors. Here's what I want to have changed. A lot of time spent writing. I mean, right now, I'm working on writing the Super 6 intro with the Bass guys. So, we're going back and forth with something so important and that means so much to me. That stuff takes time, but yeah, my office job's no different than anybody else. Everyone's got stuff they like to do with their job and stuff they don't like to do. I got one thing. I like fishing. The other crap I don't like, but I do it so I can go fishing.
Okay, so let's go BASS hat day. Now you are at an event. What's the day? I got to witness that. You actually threw me out of your trailer. That was awesome, by the way.
I did.
Yes, it was amazing.
Normally when I throw people out my trailer, they don't leave. They're just like, shut up. Whatever.
No, I laughed. I was laughing hysterically. It was just like, but anyway, no, I mean, I saw a little bit of it. Describe to the Bass Galaxy a day in the life of Dave Mercer at a BASS event.
So tomorrow morning I'll get up at probably 4:30, head down to take off not until 7 a.m. tomorrow. I think 7:15. So I usually try to be there at least an hour before takeoff, maybe more, just to spend time with the guys, spend one-on-one time. Because the weird thing about my job is I travel on the road with these guys, but if you really look at it, I interview them on the stage, and then by the time I get off, they're all gone. So, it's just that's kind of one-on-one time where I, get to sit in the boat, not interview them, just talk to them. And some of it's information for work. So I'll start that. Then we kick off takeoff about a half hour before takeoff. So tomorrow it'll be at 6:45, and we'll start doing interviews with random guys on day one. You know, as the week goes on.
I'm exhausted already. Are you?
Yeah. I'm tired.
How do you do it?
Well, I'll tell you how I do it. They're doing construction here in front of my hotel, and there's a dude who digs a ditch. And I look at that dude, and I'm like, this interviewing people is exhausting, but that digging a ditch looks way shittier.
You are correct.
That's motivation, Mr. Mercer. Yeah. That is motivation. I want to tell you something about your MC skills. And when Andy and I were at the last classic, I think it was me, Andy, and Chris Grow were sitting together, and that was it was the second classic I'd been to, and I was amazed at what comes out of your brain without cue cards. And I understand having tons of thoughts in your brain at a time, because if you knew what was going on in my head, I'd be locked up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, like, you are able to place that and convey it without too much mumble jumble, if that makes any sense to you. I have to have notes. I have guidelines that keep me in place as a talk show host. But you are up there on the stage, bro, owning it and coming up with shit. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. That's a lot of mad skills. I'm just saying. Come on. How do you do it?
I go back to the same thing. It's just a lack of ability to do anything else, really.
Okay. I mean, come on. Come on, dude.
I've always told you 2 things that I've loved to do is fish and talk, entertain. And, it's weird. I'll be honest. There was times when I first started that I thought of things, and I really spent a lot of time, here's what we need to talk about and that sort of thing. But it wasn't natural, and the more natural that I became, the easier it was, and really, if you want to look at where any of that comes from showing up at the dock an hour and a half before takeoff, if you're really honest.
No, I
it's
got
the relationship that you build with those guys that gets them comfortable enough.
It's good cop,
to give
good
you
cop.
what you're hoping for on stage.
Yeah, no, I like it. And I see how it all ties together, too, because what else amazes me, too, is the amount of random facts that you have in your head. Like I was telling our producer, Andy, I'm like, there's no way all that shit's true. Dave's making some of this stuff up, and nobody's going to even know it. He's just spitting it out. Chris Zaldain, 26.82 pounds, Tennessee River System average. Like, he don't need, how do you know that? Like,
the weirdest thing, I'll be honest, I wish I totally play this off. Yeah, I study stuff for hours. The weirdest thing about my brain is it doesn't work until it's time to work. For example,
I know what you mean.
I flew down here last year to this very event, and I'm like, okay, let me think about stuff, and I start making notes, and I'm like, yeah, I got nothing. And then I show up on day one takeoff, and I walk past Paul Mueller, and I'm like, dude, the last time we were here, you had to leave here to have that child that you're holding in your arms right now. Am I right? And he's like, totally. But I couldn't have thought of that.
Right,
until
it
that
just
exact
happens.
moment. Yeah. It's frustrating.
Yeah. So I am a firm believer that gifted people don't know that they're gifted sometimes. And I don't know. And I feel that most of us in this room here are gifted, that the Stray cast is a gifted bunch. But I don't feel that everybody necessarily knows it, including myself. And I see that in a lot of fishing talent. I don't think a lot of fishing talent knows the gift, especially the gift of gab, Dave Mercer. That's a big gift.
It's weird, though. Like, really, when you do what we do for a living, my gift is the opportunity I have, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, it's real easy to be like, oh, you're gifted. You're good at this. There'll be somebody good at it after me, and there was a bunch good at it before me.
Look at the blues musicians.
The pulpit that I get to work on is bass, and that is what gives me To me, that's the gift. You know what I mean? It's weird, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't think, I honestly, I'm still the dude that, it's weird. Like, when I go down, like, I flew down and the person beside me, never talked to the people that fly beside me, but I talked to this person because they wouldn't take no for an answer. So they're asking, like, oh, where are you going? And
Was
whatever.
she a little short woman named
did.
Debbie? I've been sitting next to her lately on planes. A little short, curly-head woman named Debbie.
No.
Okay.
Nobody short nor skinny ever sits beside me.
It's not little Debbie.
It's for real. She sends me videos every day now. I met her on a
Really?
plane to Tulsa, and now she won't leave me alone. Sorry, Debbie, if you're watching. You're a nice woman. Anyway, go back
Hi,
to
Debbie.
you.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, we didn't get along that well with the person I was with, but it's when I start to explain what I do for a living, it's weird. You know what I mean? Like, I never ever. One of the things that frustrated me when I was a little kid, I used to go to trade shows, and I mean, this is all I ever wanted to do. I wanted to fish for a living.
Yeah.
And after time, you get to know some of these older pros and stuff, and I'm in, backstage with them, and you hear a guy complaining about doing a seminar and stuff. And I remember being a little kid being like, man, if I ever get a chance to do those seminars, or if I ever get a chance to work at the Bassmaster Classic, I'm never going to complain about that. I'm always going to remember that was my dream, and I don't ever forget about it. I mean, it's the greatest job in bass fishing, if you ask me.
Dude,
like,
it's
honestly,
so cool.
I wouldn't trade with anybody.
Because you got all that. You got the MC deal. You got the fishing deal with the Facts of Fishing. It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff, man. That's what it is.
It really... But that's what fishing is,
Yeah.
really. Why do you fish? Why do you fish?
Because I love it, and it's fun, and it's an escape, and it's my passion, and I love the whole aspect and everything about it. I don't know.
The feeling of a bite, man.
I just love it.
And it's not just something you do. You know what I mean? That's
No.
the one thing that you notice when you spend time with, whether it's you guys or different media members stuff, you realize that this isn't, I mean, fishing, I do other things. Every once in a while I'll play other things, but fishing isn't something I do. Fishing is who I am.
Isn't it nuts?
If all this went away tomorrow, I'll tell you where I'm going to be, fishing somewhere. And that's the one trend, Mark Zona, prime example. That dude is fishing somewhere. And if it all goes away tomorrow and there's no Bassmasters, no Zona's Awesome Fish Show, he's going to be fishing somewhere.
Fish. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're 100% right, Dave, because I don't fish for a living in any aspect. But when somebody asks me what I do, I'd still tell them I fish. I'm not going to bore them with a stupid job. I fish. That's
I
what
pack
do.
meat at the sausage plant, but mostly I fish.
What do you do?
Do you really pack meat at the sausage
he
plant?
does not.
No,
That's a very Chicago thing. That's
not
why
at the sausage plant.
It's not the sausage plant.
You pack meat elsewhere.
He works over at Beecher Meats. It's a couple towns over.
Several
I've heard
several
he fishes
areas
from both sides of the boat.
Dave Mercer, the first time, I remember. Go ahead and play that music. This will be really awkward. Dave, I can remember the first time I set eyes on you. It was a balmy Monday morning. I was late to work.
Speaking of back and meat,
I stumbled to my computer. I stumbled to my computer and I turned on the Bass Fan. And there you were. News, views, and info you can't use show. Dave Mercer. God, I love that, man. I loved that when I saw that on there. Going in there, Bass Fan in the morning, and the freaking nonsense. It was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I like
10 years ago, I was the freaking Guggen Squad before the Guggen Squad happened. What an idiot.
Yeah,
Why did I ever leave YouTube?
What was the
For the record, I did not stop doing Facts Fishing FYI. I'm just late for work.
Okay,
I will
okay.
start those up again at some point.
Well, good, because I'm glad we're going to start that up right now, if that's okay with you. And I would like you to do a stray cast Facts of Fishing FYI.
Okay.
All right, we even got background music for you. Here you go. You hear it, Dave? There it is.
So what am I doing here?
I don't know. Just do it FYI about stray cats. Just make shit up. Go.
All right, give me a second. I gotta think.
Take your time. Hey, Mom.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you need to tune into Stray Cats. Not Stray Cats, much better than Stray Cats. They are obsolete, but the Stray Cats is a real deal. You'll hear me talking about all sorts of bullshit that will learn nothing. But before me, if you are watching right now, you need to rewind at the end of this show and tune into John Cox. Who doesn't love a man with a name like John Cox?
You are a true cocksmith.
I think that's all I got. I don't know.
That was amazing.
That's your
good.
fishing news, views, and info you can't use.
Thank you, Dave Mercer. I'm glad I brought you out of retirement for that. John Cox wanted us to convey a message to you, and he said, don't be too hard on him if he only brings in a couple fish tomorrow. That's what he said.
You be nice.
He said, be nice to him.
I'm betting he brings more than a couple.
I'm betting that too. But.
It's a big deal for him, man. We were conveying the message of how important it is for bass fishing fans to see that tomorrow's his first day as an Elite Series angler. It's pretty cool, right?
It's really cool, and what he's doing is amazing. You know what I mean? The commitment that he's putting into fishing, the amount of tournaments he's fishing.
17 derbs, and he won the first one, so he's got 16 left.
Yeah, I mean, well on the way to what, $1.6 million in winnings. By the looks of things.
It's amazing.
I'm betting he has more than 2 fish tomorrow.
Well, he said, don't be too hard on him. Okay.
I left a meeting with a bunch of idiots whining to me that there's no grass. We're not going to catch them on the St. John's River. Let me tell you, I left a meeting last year with those same group of idiots, minus a few, there's a few more this year. But they said the same thing. It's February on the St. John's River. Saturday is a full moon. Let me ask your viewers, do you think somebody's going to catch a bass?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Hey, I want to put you on the spot here. I want to, Andy, give me some interrogation music. What do you think, Ninja? Do we got any interrogation music for Dave Mercer? What do we got? Ah, yes.
People's Court!
Yes! Now we're talking.
Lefty!
Now we're talking. All right. I'm going to give you a Elite Series angler name, and you say the first word that pops to your mind. Okay? First word.
Okay.
Chris Zaldane.
All I got is Zal Dangerous. I don't know.
Okay. Zal Dangerous. I got you. Rick Clunn. Dave, Dave had a stroke. Dave?
Game face?
Wait, did he freeze? Oh, I thought he was playing with us.
That's all I got.
Legend. Okay. Oh, you froze him. He did freeze a minute. Okay.
No, I didn't. I didn't freeze. I just did that for you. I'm a thespian.
Whoa. Like that. Not there's anything wrong with that.
That got weird.
Yeah. Scott Canterbury. Driven. Seth Fighter.
Out to lunch, but awesome.
Okay. Gussie.
About as good a human being as there is on earth. I know that's not one word, but he's that good.
Awesome. Jay Yellis.
Does that have to be one word?
No. 18 words.
Thankful for Jay Yellis.
Okay.
Jay Yellis sent me a book when I was a little kid. He won the Angler of the Year at Bass. And if you remember that year,
yes, sir.
He took all that money and sent his own book to people and he sent me a book when I was a little kid. So I'm thankful for Jay Yellis. He was very much a big part of my childhood, I guess, and my love for this sport.
Very good.
That's awesome.
I'm bad at this game.
No, you're doing great. David Fritz.
I might.
David Fritz. No, this is the deal.
Why the hell didn't you take the light post out? I mean, I've been screaming at the freaking TV my whole childhood. I mean, he would go hand over hand with that freaking rod, circle his Ranger 47 times, and not once did he ever think of taking the light post out. I mean, he would hand over I'm like, Dude, you're going 40 times around. It's noon. The sun is as high as it is ever going to be. Take the light post out.
Get rid of the light post. That was prophetic. Thank you.
He's worried about the fog.
Patrick Walters.
I got two.
Go ahead.
I owe him money. I owe him $50.
Oh,
He's
shit.
gonna shake me down if I don't pay him back soon because I gotta pay. But he is the world's oldest young man.
That's a good one. That's a great way to put it. I like that. I like that. Ronnie Moore. Ronnie Moore, speaking of old young men.
One of the hardest workers I know on this planet.
Old Ronzell's amazing.
I will tell you one thing about Ronnie. Ronnie, there is nobody, and I challenge you, there is nobody who will outwork that dude. I mean, he is just a fat bass fishing droid. I mean, he's just a weirdo. He has a VCR still to watch old Bassmaster tapes.
That's amazing.
I love it that he's that committed to this sport, and I think we're lucky to have him.
Hey, here's another one for you. Now, this is a fun one to say. A fun one to say. Where's my people cord? I need people cord for motivation. Thank you, David. Thank you. Brock Mosley. Brock Mosley. Don't you just love to say, like, can I get some steak with a side of Brock Mosley? You know what I mean?
Finally, the Brock has come back to the Bassmaster Elite Series. Brock Mosley's got a great beard.
Okay.
I like his beard. I'm a fan of Brock Mosley's beard. And he is incredible. If you look back at the footage, I haven't seen a lot of Elite Series pros that can bear paw smallmouth like he did on Lake St. Clair.
It's pretty awesome. Stetson Blaylock.
Steady Stetson.
Steady Stetson.
He's very. It was awesome to see him come into his own last year.
And you know,
he came to the Elite Series, and for a couple of years, he kind of struggled, but awesome. Everybody knew the angler Stetson was. Those first couple of years might have been stumbling, but he's steady Stetson Blaylock.
Absolutely. And the history with that guy, I want to tell you what, too, a lot of people do not realize what an amazing speaker Stetson Blaylock is. I had the opportunity to do some work with Bass University a couple weekends ago in Tulsa, and Stetson was there, and dude, he was the best seminars there, but hands down. Amazing. Didn't know he was that good at it.
You know what is amazing? Honestly, if you look at guys like Stetson, like you look at some of the names you use, Stetson, Patrick Walters, like really, when you get into, I'm sorry, I'm walking through the suite here.
No, I see that.
Some more water for my mustache cup. Just 1 second. But if you look at whenever anybody wants to make a living in any industry, they look at what they can do better. Man, it's tough to think of what you could do better than guys like that. You know what I mean? When you've got a first-year pro like Patrick Walters and Stetson, they're so polished. You know, back in the day, there was guys, if you think back watching the elites or watching Bassmaster growing up, there was guys who were able to just fish and they make their living on that, and they're proud of that. They're not the sponsor game. That's a dying group in our industry. It's because of guys like Zaldane and stuff like that are just so good at everything, and it's amazing to watch the sport evolve.
It's pretty cool, man, and we're at a whole different plateau right now.
That dude can cast too.
Zaldane?
No, Blaylock.
Oh yeah.
That guy's
mechanically
he's a
beast.
sharpshooter.
Yeah.
He's most of them are, but I've seen footage of him casting that blew my mind.
They're all very good casters, for the record.
Just for the record. Hey, I'm gonna give you a guest choice. Okay, so you and I are gonna go take a little trip together. All right, don't be scared. It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
All right. So we can either go to a Cuban cantina. We can go out in the Texas plains. Where else we got, Andy? The bayou. We can go out in the bayou. or
the Renaissance
or
Fair.
a Renaissance fair? Where do you want to spend some time together?
I really think you'd fit in best at the Renaissance Fair.
Well,
to
let's
be
go.
honest.
Okay.
If I want to go out with you, it's at a Renaissance Fair.
Okay. Let's Andrew, take us to the Renaissance fair. Welcome, Dave. These are my friends of the Renaissance fair. Say hello.
Hello, friends at the Renaissance Fair.
This is completely dumb and ridiculous. I love it. Dave, this is an exercise in futility, whatever that means, to get to know you a little better at the medieval Renaissance fair. We're going to do medieval stuff. So if you want to talk medieval, talk medieval if you want. If you don't want to talk medieval, then don't talk medieval. But I'm going to ask you.
Can you give me some hints on how to talk medieval?
Hier can snacken snoch. Oh, no, that's German. I think it's like this. Yeah, man, this is the medieval talking, man. You know, slapping the bass, Dave. No. So whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're in the medieval. I just want to ask you some questions about you and get to know you a little more. Intimacy. That's what we're looking for. Answer honestly, okay?
Always.
When you're feeling sad, what's a Dave Mercer happy thought?
Is it bad that I can't think of one
It's
real
horrible.
quick?
Horrible. You need to
bad.
Yeah, go see your psychiatrist immediately when you return home.
No, I mean, for anybody that does what I do for a living, whenever you're feeling sad, the first thing you think of is the one thing that you miss the most in your life, and that's your family.
The family. Good answer, Dave. It's right there. Perfect. Dave?
Jack, Cadence, and my wonderful wife, Sarah.
Amazing. Wench, I will have some more chicken legs for me and David. Thank you. Jester, get off my leg. All right. We're more at the Renaissance Fair. Dave, what's a song that makes you happy? A happy song, Dave.
Three Birds.
Three Birds by Bob Marley.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I sing it to my kids. Rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. Three little birds upon my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. I sing that to my kids all the time.
This is my message to you. Right there, man. Love it. Love it.
Singing, don't worry.
There it is, Dave. That's what bass fishing is. Damn it, I want to end this show right now, but I can't.
That's what bass fishing
Hey,
is.
what's a sad song, Dave? What's a sad song?
Have I told you lately that I love you by Van Morrison? Because it was my parents' song.
Okay. So
my parents both. My dad died when I was 16, and my mom died when I was 30. So they're both gone. And for whatever reason, that was kind of their song, and it's become my sad song. Obviously.
Wow. Okay. It's like a sad song, but a good
true story.
No, I
like
like
a little bit of juice at you that you won't believe.
Yeah.
My mother dated Van Morrison.
Are you
no
kidding
joke.
me?
Really?
My family's from Belfast, Northern Ireland. So my dad was a performer. I don't know if you realize this, but the Mercers, they like the spotlight. So my dad had much more talent than me, and he was a great guitarist and a great singer, and kind of was, Ireland big, regionally big. So
like
he opened for, a lot of different bands, Wayne Newton and different bands that came into Ireland. But Van Morrison obviously grew up in Belfast.
Yeah.
Same age as my parents. They grew up, they played the Dockers Club and all these cool different clubs and stuff like that growing up. And my mom never liked Van Morrison, but there was a time when my parents, they hit the rocks when they were dating, and my mom wanted to make my dad real jealous, and she thought there's only one dude I could date that would make him jealous. So she dated that little short man named Van Morrison for a couple times. And
Andy, give me breaking news.
I guess it made my dad jealous because here I am.
Give me breaking news, Andy. This just in from Ancestry.com. Van Morrison is really Dave Mercer's father.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Okay, we'll take it.
I can't help but wonder what color your mom's eyes were, Dave.
Dude, that's amazing.
They were not. They were green. They were not brown.
Okay. But seriously, that's an amazing story that your mom dated Van Morrison. That's awesome.
It's weird, and weird. Even more weirdly is when my granny died. I went, when I was in my 20s, and Van Morrison showed up at her funeral.
Seriously, dude?
And you hear your parents are
Wow.
like, "Oh, I dated Van Morrison." You're like, "Whatever, Mom. You're telling me some crap." But when Van Morrison shows up, I was like, "Wow, that really is Van Morrison."
Dude, that is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Story of my family's life. We were this close to being famous.
Oh, you are, Dave. You are, man. Hey, tell us about the worst day you ever had at work.
Oh. At Bass?
Sure, whatever. Facts of fishing, Bass, whatever it is.
I've never had a worst day, but if I had to say a worst event, it was probably last year's Classic.
Okay.
That was tough. To know you're going into that and kind of, let's be honest, without Kevin Van Dam and Mark Zona, I don't have a job. So without, so many of those guys that left were such close friends to me. Ski, on and on. I mean, the list goes on and on. I shouldn't even say one name because I've just pissed off a bunch of people and made two people happy. But that was tough. It was really tough to hug those guys and think, wow, that's the last time Kevin's going to fish a Classic. It's weird. It wasn't bad in the way that I was like, man, that was just a really shitty day, but it was just something I never thought I'd have to deal with.
Yeah, it's surreal. Man. Yeah, surreal.
It must have been bad if it was worse than the old food poisoning incident.
That's
that's
terrible.
nothing.
Yeah, we remember that from last show.
Yeah.
Or the time you didn't fool Jerry McInnes with your Japanese talk.
Yeah.
That's another bad but great day at work.
Those things happen. You're gonna puke on stage at times. You're probably gonna crap your pants at some point. But I mean, you get past those moments. Those are the hurdles that make my job fun.
Like a marathon runner.
That's outstanding.
I'm sure. I told that story, but if you look at John Cruz's, if you look back on his old Facebook profile, there's a picture of me right before I puked because he made me pose for a selfie right before I puked on the Classic.
Oh my gosh! I think we have that.
Yeah,
I think we do. Hey, speaking of food and running with it, what food is your guilty pleasure, Dave? What's your guilty pleasure as far as?
Nothing better than steak. Steak dinner, big giant piece of meat. That's kind of my
carnivore
guilty pleasure, I guess. Yeah,
to just eat a bunch of steak.
Oh yes,
I'm with you.
All of it.
Add a little turf in there, some surfing and some turfing. Oh, good stuff. Amazingness. Hey,
very.
Is it hard sometimes to jubilantly celebrate an angler's victory when you know in real life they might be kind of douchey?
No.
Okay, because it's part of what?
No, I get along great with douches.
Okay.
No, I mean, to be honest, I don't know too many people that have ever won an event where I felt they didn't deserve it or anything. Yeah, I mean, it's not my place. I think no. I mean, that moment, something you might not know. I don't ask. I don't know. When I go on the Classic stage on the final day, even when we've had blowouts with Jordan Lee or Edwin's big giant comeback, I didn't even know that was coming. With Edwin, I had heard rumors that Edwin caught a big bag. Everybody had heard rumors, but I had no idea. Is it 21? Is it 22? Is it 29? No, I had no idea. So that is one of the ways that I can make sure my reaction is always real, just by not finding out.
Okay.
Because I think if I found out, I try to. I mean, it's just natural human nature to try and think of, I know who's going to win, so what am I going to say? And some of the crap that I've said that worked the best was stuff I didn't even know about, like the unbelievable thing. I mean, I honestly thought he was going to lose the whole time. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm like, there's no way he's going to hold on till the end. And that's exactly what it was, is unbelievable. So yeah, I guess, I don't look, I mean, I have so much respect for everything that these guys have overcome. If you really look at, when Scott Canterbury cries on stage because he won Angle of the Year, he's not crying because he won a bunch of money.
Yeah.
He's crying because he finally freaking did it. I mean, every guidance counselor, every person in your life, except for a very small group, has told you can't do this for a living. And those tears you see at the Classic or an Elite Series event or any tournament, that's because, man, I did it. I did what everybody said I couldn't do, and I did what I've always dreamed of doing. And I have so much respect for that. It's weird. There's not even a personal feeling almost in, the people on stage. I just have so much respect for everything those guys go through.
You remove yourself from it, and if there is any personalness, you kind of have to remove yourself and be in the moment about it and stay in the moment. I like how you said you try not to know too much, and I kind of relate to that. That's why I don't do pre-interviews. I really don't. I want to be surprised. I want to be shocked. I want to learn about Van Morrison from you for the first time. I mean, that's the magic of the Bass Fishing Talk Show to me. So with that, I make a lot of mistakes because of stuff like that too. But I want to know, what's a mistake that you have made in your career?
Oh, I make them every day.
Tell me, what's one that sticks in your brain?
Oh, Paul Mueller set the all-time record for the 5 biggest fish in Bassmaster Classic history, and I didn't say shit about it on stage.
Oh,
that was a screw-up.
Whoops.
But it wasn't because it was about the weight, and when he weighed in, he didn't take the lead, so you can't distract everybody. But I did miss the all-time record. I mean, I've said it 7,000 times since then, but I didn't say it there. But I mean, there's a lot of different.
So that would be a do-over. Yeah, that could be a do-over. We'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's also the thrill of working a live event, to be honest. I mean, that's what I love about this. I always have used. I shouldn't talk about this because I'm going to screw up really bad this week now, because when you have conversations like this, they come back to haunt you. I mean, it's just how life works. But I love the fact that in my gig, you're rolling on a tight wire. And what I mean by that is Tommy and Zona are the best at what they do.
Amazing.
And Davey Height's incredible, newest member of their team. They're incredible. But and this is no insult to Davey, but I just think that Tommy and Zona are the best. They could have done Monday Night Football, and I'd watch it always. I think they're incredibly entertaining. It's so much knowledge, but also it's just good. And I use the example all the time. I'm like, they can tomorrow, on the live broadcast, they could be like, and we're going over to Chris Zaldain. We're going to Seth Feider. Nobody says crap.
Boom. Mm-hmm. Skip it.
But if I say your champion, Seth Feider, I become freaking Steve Harvey right away, right?
Yeah.
But there's a weird little part of it that's kind of the high that I love. I love the fact that that's the high you get after an event. You leave the stage and you're like, man, we made it through that one.
You got the crazy eyes.
The eyes are going.
You got the crazy eyes when you were just talking about. I love it. I love it.
They're just my eyes.
It's amazing.
They're just my eyes.
Hey, what grinds your gears?
You say they're crazy.
Yeah.
What grinds my gears?
Yeah, about the bass fishing industry right now. What grinds your gears about the bass fishing industry?
No. Well, I'll tell you what really grinds my gears.
Yeah, tell me.
No.
What about
PETA? Honesty. Honesty. Let's be honest.
Okay.
If we all truly were growing the sport for the entire sport, the sport would be incredible. And what grinds my gears is people that talk about growing the sport, but they're not growing the sport. And that's not me. Before everyone, he's hating on MLF. I'm not hating on MLF. I just think it's one of those things that people say nonstop. We're growing the sport. Look at us growing the sport.
Yeah, it's become a cliche.
Then you want to grow the sport? Show up at the dock in the morning and take that kid fishing that's never fished before. That's how you grow the sport. And my honest opinion as a fishing fan is we need to stop worrying about growing the sport and start talking about the sport and promoting the sport, because nobody on earth gives a damn whether Ott Defoe, Chris Zaldane, no matter who you put on there, Seth Fighter makes another $1, makes another sandwich, gets a 15-minute break or anything. They got into the sport because they love fishing, and that's why we got in there. And the sport will continue to grow as it always has, as long as we keep promoting the sport, which is fishing.
Okay, yeah, there you go. And I love that you said that, but you also said about honesty too. And as a bass fishing fan, sometimes that you can't help but feel that the two organizations have pinned against each other. For example, the scheduling of the Bassmaster Classic and the alleged Red Crest Cup in 2021 at the same time.
Tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the spring of the year is a great time to have a championship event. No, I mean, but I hate that. Listen.
How does a fan feel? That's what I'm a fan.
Bass. Yeah, but I'm a fan before all that. And I work for Bass, and everybody watching this thinks that I don't. You know who I want to win? The anglers. I want. They have all done so much and given so much. I do. I hate the way the sport. I hate the way it's us against them. I hate the way you've got people who are arguing on chat boards about, I like every fish counts, but I like 5 fish. It doesn't matter. If you like, I got a buddy who loves to watch golf every week. I got another buddy who just likes to watch long drive competitions. They're both watching golf, and that's all that matters.
So there's plenty of growing room, is what you're saying. There's room for both.
Yeah, and
I agree.
I totally agree. I mean, I don't think MLF's going anywhere. I don't think Bass is going anywhere. I think we're all going to continue to work, and I think competition's good, like everybody says. But remember, the ultimate thing is to promote the sport of fishing.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Well said.
And the funny thing is when the people are arguing this, I like the 5 fish better, I like the all fish count, they're obviously really educated about both because they're watching both. And then they're giving their opinion.
Yeah.
So they're still watching both.
That's because we're fans of the sport.
Because they like watching it.
But the weird, like, why are you arguing with some weirdo? Like, that makes sense.
Right. Exactly.
Like, you're going to argue with him.
Gives a shit.
I know, I mean, obviously, I don't know if I'm a big Kansas City Chiefs fan.
No.
I know a lot of
You like the
people,
Chiefs?
some of them, one dude I stand beside on a stage every day that doesn't even watch professional football. He watches college football. But there's no time that no part of me tomorrow morning will be like, Trip, you need to get out of that stuff because what you're watching is wrong. You need to watch what I'm watching. Watch fishing, enjoy fishing, promote fishing, and love fishing because that's what got you in this spot, and that's what will keep us all here, if you ask me.
There it is. Boom. Well said. Well said. Yeah, absolutely. A true icon right there. Speaking of icons, I have to ask you this from going from that serious question to this. What iconic famous actress or member of pop culture is in your spank bank from way back, Dave Mercer?
Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa Milano.
I've loved her since she was Sam, bro. I mean, we hit puberty together.
Yeah, she was
another little known fact. Alyssa Milano, born on the same damn day and the same damn year as me.
Wow.
So I feel we are soulmates, except my wife has a thing or two to say about that. But I think we have a list. Like, if Alyssa ever gives me a shot, I'm
just going to show her who's the boss. Yeah. I had to ask. I mean, I had to take it away from all the seriousness.
Who's in yours?
Oh, gosh, it's endless. But believe it or not, I have a...
Who's the one, though?
Well,
the one, like, everybody had that one that you're like, I'm probably never going to meet her, but if I do meet her, I think we would really just, connect.
That Farrah Fawcett poster followed
Wow.
me everywhere I went. I mean, grade school, high school,
Going back.
college. I mean, that it just was iconic. That Farrah Fawcett in the red bathing suit.
Didn't you use that poster to hide your tunnel to get out of prison too?
I did. I tunneled my way out, yes. I escaped. The diary of the madman is here now.
Alicia Silverstone is the right answer. You all got it wrong.
Yes, thank you, Alicia Silverstone, too. And remember the blonde-haired girl from Charles in Charge, if we're going back to that.
Charles in charge of our days and our nights. I know all the ridiculous shit. Like, I don't know the good stuff. I just know that crap.
Hey, if you were gonna leave us here, I need to ask you this. You're the man. Before we go, I got tons of questions. I know you got to get up early in the morning, so I'm not gonna keep you forever. But I'm gonna be just flat out and get this done. I need a nickname. None of these. I got nicknames for everybody.
He's got nicknames.
Nobody can. I don't got a nickname. Parallel Pat, because I like the Parallel Banks. That's a dumb nickname.
It sounds ridiculous.
Give me
but
a
it's
damn
funny.
nickname, Mercer.
Oh, those things don't just come and
Well, can
throw
you-
me a nickname?
Don't say Thor.
Zona calls me disheveled Thor, whatever that means.
He's stealing my nickname for Carter Andrews, which was, I think, disheveled Thor, actually.
Is it really?
What the hell, Zona?
Is that what he said? What a jerk.
You and Carter Andrews, he's more disheveled than you, dude. If you meet Carter Andrews, I'm telling you. I mean, he's a great angler, a good dude to watch on TV, but a train wreck that I love.
Well, if you think of a nickname, text it to me, okay?
I'm going to come up with something. That's just, there is something. There's something.
Well, we're going to
work on it.
I don't know if they told you, but you and I are doing a duet together at the Classic. So
Really?
yeah, we're doing an Elton John number.
You guys are gonna
Just
duet?
you and which one are we doing?
Well, I liked Just You and I. But that wasn't Elton John. But I liked how you were going Lionel Richie there. That was.
I know. I'll go to the 80s, no problem.
Just
I'm not
you
scared.
and I can just see us out there,
You guys
Dave.
doing Islands in the Stream? Or something?
Islands in the Stream.
Islands in the stream. That is what we are.
I want
Sail away with me.
Can you
to another world, and we rely on each other. Ha, ha. Sorry.
Dude, that was amazing. But can you arrange it where me and Overstreet sing Islands in the Stream together?
I mean, who on earth doesn't want to sing friggin' Islands on the Stream with James Overstreet? Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Kenny Rogers probably does not want to do that.
But
that's the only answer.
I've always told him you're the best of the two best Kennys. I mean, he's all Kenny Rogers down here and all Kenny Loggins up here. He's got the best Kennys in one.
He is, and he gets mad about the Kenny Rogers thing. You know that.
I don't pay attention when people get mad. I don't know if you've noticed that. I don't have that chromosome.
It's not a bad guy to get compared to.
Dave Mercer, give me your. I know this is a ridiculous question, but I want to pick for tomorrow for this weekend's Derby. I want to pick for Chick, and I want to pick for the Classic from you.
This week, I think honestly, Florida, it's anybody's game, but I'm going to go with. I think. I want to say Cliff Prince, but Rick Clunn was real happy. It's so weird, but I mean, dude, he may just spank the crap out of all these children again. I mean, you got a lot of wind that lays to Rick's style of fishing.
Okay, all right, okay, Chick.
Okay, so Chick, I'm gonna go with a. John Cox.
Ooh, I like
just to piss off the rest of the Elite Series.
He's got history there too.
For a while,
he's got history there. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I think John Cox. I mean, that's a strong pick there.
Okay, I'm with you.
It's really a strong pick anywhere.
Yeah, I think you could pick him for the whole season. To be a strong pick.
Bassmaster Classic, Lake Gunnersville.
One of the Canadians.
Okay.
I cannot commit to one.
Okay.
I cannot commit to one. I will take 3 Canadians.
3 Canadians for the win.
I've just pissed off everybody in America and made the 3 Canadians happy. Great.
It's okay.
You got to vote for where you live.
You got to dance with who brung you.
Yeah.
You know? You saw that movie. You know?
I have indeed. But dude, I mean, they're strong. I mean, those 3 dudes know how to fish. They're incredible. And, I mean, how cool is it? In history, there's been 2 Canadians ever qualify for the Classic.
Takahiro was one of them.
Yes. He's Eastern Canada, but still Canada.
Okay, yes.
The 2 was Hank Gibson was the first, and the second was Charles Sim, who qualified just a few years ago. But 2 Canadians ever, and we've got 3 in it this year. So you'll see a lot of Canadian flags.
That's good average.
Don't worry. My people come in peace. They'll bring maple syrup.
Hey, we love things about Canada, as we started the show with. We certainly do.
Yes.
You know, and especially the dumb bass of Canada. We see them.
Bacon.
Yes.
We love it.
Yes.
We got to go. We got to go
And
catch
Terrence and Phillip.
And Terrence, thank you very much.
I mean,
they
nothing
invented
says
Canada.
like 2 dudes who talk with an English accent.
They're boner
Shut
biting
up,
bastards.
Terrence. Fuck you, Phillip. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You're a boner biting bastard, David Mercer. Dave, thank you so much, dude. We enjoy you. We enjoy you as a human and as a bass fishing icon. You are.
I don't know about that, but I enjoy doing this, and it's going to be a fun season, man. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be a lot more fun if you guys come to a few events.
I'll
Look
see you
forward
at
to
the
seeing
Classic.
the Classic and any others you show up at.
Absolutely. Bass Galaxy,
Yes, sir.
give it up for the one and only David Mercer. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Peace. Good luck tomorrow. It's Dave Mercer. Woo! That's how we do it. That's bass fishing.
I'm
Talk
going
Show.
to bed. Good night.
Good night, Dave. Take care. Dave's still
You
here.
want to go to bed with me? Let's do this.
Ryan, you get
We're
the
going
left.
to bed.
I'll get the.
Hold
Those
on,
aren't.
I'm going to bed.
No,
We're going to
no,
bed
no.
now.
Those aren't pillows, Dave.
I get a
No,
case.
those are
Dave, I get a
know
case
what
of the
movies-
spoon of corn. You got to watch out.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. I love that movie.
How do you
Good
know
night.
which way we're going? Good night, Dave Mercer. Sweet dreams, nighty boo boos. Nighty boo boos, David. Yes. How much do you love this shit?
That was awesome.
It's freaking awesome.
It's good.
Bass Fishing Talk Show. It's good stuff. How are you guys doing? You guys are dead back there. I'm the only one with energy in this entire room.
Hey,
Are you okay?
I got energy.
Do you got energy?
Yeah, let's go.
You know what's full
What do
of
you wanna
freaking
do?
energy?
You want to build a snowman?
Right there.
Yeah.
We can build a snowman.
You ever fished a local? You ever fished a local
Yeah,
circuit?
see, yeah, you ever kiss a fat lady at the carnival? See?
You ever fished a local circuit for 100% payback or more?
I have not.
No.
I have not ever fished a local tournament with 100% payback or
What
more.
about 120% payback?
I've never fished a local tournament where they have given everything back to the angler.
Really?
No, I never have. Is there such a thing? Ryan
That's
Whitaker?
weird. Yes, there is. What's more, Pat? No, like seriously though, the CalSag bass anglers, for anyone in this area or within 100 miles, if you got sense, it's a single circuit, brand new this year, 100% payback, but more, maybe 120, maybe a little less than 120, but everything's going back to the anglers.
It's an amazing circuit. Honestly, it is designed to give back to you, the anglers. If you live, I'd say, within 100 miles of the Chicagoland area, that's a safe assessment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, if you live within 100 miles of the Chicagoland area, this is a tournament for you to fish. It's a singles format where you're going to make your money back on this. And what's pretty cool is Stray Cast is going to be covering the entire thing. Me and JP going to be out there in the Crestliner. Maybe Andy, if Andy doesn't have volleyball or football or
Hockey.
or soccer or
punk
hockey
rock.
or whatever, or punk rock class, whatever the girls have. They got everything, Ginge. But if we're going to all be out there and covering it live on the book face. And,
Danny and I will be fishing.
Yep, Danny and old Ride Popcorn.
Not together, against each other.
But here's what I want to tell you. The guy putting this organization on, his name is Bass Cat Dave. You ever heard of Bass Cat Dave? Maybe
It's
not.
his full name.
His
Full
real
legal
name is Bass Cat Dave.
Yeah.
But he's also known as Dave the Bank Card Guy. Now, if anyone is listening out there, I'm about to give you an amazing opportunity. And my email is regionbassbuzz@gmail.com. regionbassbuzz@gmail.com. If you feel that you have the gift of gab, if you feel that you are a personable person, if you would like to change your life and spend more time fishing, then email me. I don't care what part of the country you live in. I have an opportunity for you, and I'll talk to you about it. And it has to do with Dave, Bass Cat Dave.
You're not going to try to sell him knives, are you?
No, I'm going to sell him a whole set of knives. A whole set of knives. Dave's also a bank card guy.
Can they cut cans?
He can cut slices, dices, even catches mices. But Dave works in bank card as well. And the bank card field is actually... Andy, am I boring you? I'm sorry. The bank card field is actually what allows a lot of this stray cast show to take place, truth be told. There is an amazing opportunity in bank card. Whether you are a salesperson or whether you are a small business owner, okay? If you're an outdoorsman, you own a business, and you want to change things around, you email me, regionbassbuzz@gmail.com. This is not shit. It's going to help you out. It's going to let you fish more, and it's going to make you money. Promise. I'm not kidding. All right. Got it?
And aside from that, CalSag Bass Anglers on Facebook. Check out the page. It's got all the dates. There's a phone number on there. Call or text that number.
Whose number is that?
Say I'm in. I think it's Bass Cat Dave's.
Uh-huh.
Call him whatever you want. It's on there. But, yeah, it's going to be an awesome circuit. And nothing like that in the area. I can 100% say that.
It's for the angler.
Low entry fees and a lot of money being paid back. All of the money being paid back to the anglers.
So there's
and more
opportunity there in tournaments and an opportunity for you, the angler, to fish more. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. Email me at regionbassbuzz@gmail.com, and I'm going to tell you about some things. I'm going to refer you to the right people. It's going to change your life. I'm not kidding. And drink the Kool-Aid. All right, with that being said, everyone, the Kool-Aid glasses are ready.
Let's do reggae.
Well, we got
prizes.
We got
yeah. Jesus.
We're giving away Berkeley.
Hey, let's give things away.
We're giving away Berkeley. Berkeley hard baits.
I wanted to do reggae.
Let's give away these
Andy's
baits.
tired. He's sick. Danny's sick. I'm sick. JP's sick.
I'm not sick yet.
Ryan's not sick.
I
But
will be
you
tomorrow.
guys wouldn't even know I'm sick because I'm just a bundle of joy. You guys are all down and making money. Down about the winner.
What are you doing?
Dude, turning it now.
All right, let's give away these baits.
Who won?
Jerry King.
Jerry King?
You are the winner.
He won some Berkeley baits.
Jerry, if you're still watching, send Straycast a private message. We're going to hook you up with some Berkeley baits.
Yeah, Berkeley hard baits directly from Berkeley. Compliments of Brad Rutherford and Pure Fishing. Pretty cool. Thank you very much, Berkeley baits.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do now?
I want to do reggae.
You guys want to play reggae?
Oh, we're going to the psychedelic? We're going to the 60s?
Yeah, we can do it like this, though.
I like that, too.
Woke up this morning, smiled at your rising sun.
Yeah, that's not mixing,
It's
man.
3 little birds, man, placed on my doorstep. Everything mixes in my mind.
Yeah, that ain't going to mix,
It's a world.
man.
It's a world.
You got to just mumble. These guys want to go home. You want to go home?
No.
Oh, you guys talking to me?
I'm talking to you now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just staring awkwardly into space. What do you
You're
guys want to
joining
do
the
next
club.
week? You want to do another show? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
I guess. Yeah.
Think we should have Brandon Palaniuk on? I do. Let's have Brandon on. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess let's come back next Wednesday.
Maybe
And we'll make it 7 o'clock
maybe I'll come by.
Central. You guys want to stop
7?
over?
7?
7 Central. Next Wednesday.
7's good.
With Brandon Palaniuk. I'd like to thank Alpha Angler, TH Marine, Varney Baits, Bow to Stern, Bite Me, Bait and Tackle, Amphibia Eye Gear. I have Amphibia Eye Gear right here. Let me be an Amphibia. War Eagle,
Line and lure.
Yes, sir. Carl's. Are you a member of Carl's Club?
Damn right.
Save 30% off on most items. Abu Garcia, Berkeley. Love the Revo. I'm all about it.
Power pole.
Power pole. I put him down for excitement. When I power pole down, it allows me to enjoy the moment. You know what I mean? It allows me to live in the moment, like Ferris Bueller. So power poles are basically the Ferris Bueller accessory for a bass boat.
You don't put them down to be rude.
No, I put him down.
to
I put him to stop and live the moment. You know what I mean? I'm going to live and enjoy life.
I read you.
In that moment. Crestliner, thanks for driving us along this long and dusty highway. I'm Pat Renwick. I've been your host. This is Ryan Popcorn Whitaker, Danny Mohan, JP High, the Hip Hop Fisherman, Andrew Ellenberger, Larry Cowman. Don't forget this episode will be available on iTunes shortly, as well as the YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube. Good night. Peace out. And remember, wash your tournament jerseys and wash your hands after you pee. Peace.